I'm here today to help myself to process things. Okay. Today is Sunday for me. My birthday is in 2 days. It has just snowed here again. We've had snow since October 31st, since Halloween, and it's the earliest winter we've had, but all the birds have found my feeders. Just now I saw a flicker, which is a woodpecker. I've seen a magpie already. There's a flock of quail out there on my porch, all enjoying all the bird feeders I have out there because of all the snow. It's a beautiful picture right now with all the frosting on the trees. Yeah. I got the message a few days ago that it was time for me to move animals, move out of the walking with the scorpion, the weasel, and the condor, which is gene key 51. It was time to move out of that and time to move to a different one, which was a big surprise to me because I still felt very strongly that the weasel was moving with me and I was really starting to understand it. And then, time to move on. So I got out my art journal. I have an art journal just for my journey with my animals in the dream arc to see what this journey has been all about. Because before I can move on, I feel like I need to at least get an idea of what we learned what me and the scorpion learned, what I learned from the scorpion and the weasel. And then I'm not sure yet about the condor. That may happen during our talk here. So I came across the questions in the Dream Arc course itself. It's not a course, it's an experience, it's a journey. In that journey itself, there was one of the activities you could do was to bring in all three of the animals from that particular gene key. I happened to pick scorpion, and then you're to bring in the other two animals from that gene key and ask questions, right? So initially asked the question from the scorpion, what is the essence of the healing I am really longing for or working on? Because the scorpion is a healer. And what I discovered, which you will see in previous videos, is that I needed to move away from defining myself by the way other people see me. Or actually, what it really is, stop defining myself by what I think other people see in me. Okay, so, and it was very body-centered. At that time, the healing needed to be about my body. I was feeling, I have an eating disorder or disordered eating, and I have a body dysmorphia. And so I had a tendency to think, tendency is a small word for it, of thinking my body was ugly and deformed and horrible and nobody could love it, etc., etc., etc. Well, what I recognized through the medicine of scorpion is that I had been listening to a lot of other people's voices about this whole situation. People's voices in magazines who said you have to have a body that looks like this in order to be loved, or films that only show women who are slim or skinny or skeletal even, as the ideal of beauty. And I don't have that kind of body, but I had been listening. I had not been able to separate myself from what culture and my mother, who also had a difficulty understanding that her body could be any shape it wanted to be and it'd be okay. So I was learning from Scorpion to let go of other people's ideas of what my body is supposed to look like. And now, today, As we are in the pulse of Gene Key 34, I recognize I really, really, really need this lesson because I am a 34 life's work and brand. And that 34 is an incredibly physical, embodied gene key. It is about the body, and it's about strength, inner strength, as well as the strength of the effortlessness of our bodies moving through space, moving through our lives, moving through this beautiful forest of snow. It's about my body living a physical existence. 34 is incredibly physical. And here I was hating my body for most of my life. And here I am, an embodied being. How can I possibly know more about who I am if I don't learn to love this body that I'm in? So that's why this lesson has come up for me, this teaching from Scorpion. Now, since this happened, this was way back in September 9th that I picked the Scorpion. I've also moved through its life key, which is the Weasel, and in the dream arc, it's ingenious initiative. And so I have been blessed with this download of ways to express my creativity that are healing for me and for others. And that is one of the questions that was asked for the life key, is what lessons can this animal bring you in what healing you can do for yourself or others. And I've been doing it visually. I discovered actually with these three creatures, I tried out, this is way back in September, I tried out the AI option in one of my iPad apps. It's called Bazart. And I wanted to see if it could make me a scorpion, and if it could make me a weasel, and if it could make me a condor. So I did. I tried it out, and I thought, this is really cool. And I chose a style that I liked, and I was very specific in the information that I put into the generator. And then I realized, oh my God, this has so much potential. So since then, since that day that I made these initial first three cards, which I have now changed, since then, I have made an oracle deck for myself based on all of the dream arc animals that are in my chart, following the golden path. I made cards for the path even, using the AI generator, but being very, very specific in what I put into the generator, right? I used my own words, my own concepts, my own interpretation of what is a skunk in the evolution key. I would put those key words into this generator and come up with a number of images, which I have also documented in videos before this one, and come up with images, and then I had a number to choose from. Okay, so I finished my deck, and since then, I have done 3 more decks. I have done this for a very specific set of friends who have completed their golden path. I would never do cards for anyone who has not completed it, because what I learned from the Weasel and my own ingenious initiative is that this process of creating these cards with other women who are on the golden path and who are seeking their own inner wisdom, is that it became a method for transformation for them, as well as a physical deck that we end up holding in our hands and are able to use in future for more inner transformation. So I learned about a whole new genius that I have this time as I was traveling with Scorpion and Weasel. I am ready now to read about Condor. So the question it is asking from Condor is if this bird had a specific message for me about the healing I seek to experience, or about my own potential as a healer, what would it be? So it's the Condor, effortless awakening. Here's a statement for you. There is nothing you need to do other than that which is called out of your true nature. The vision of effortless awakening. The edge between doing and not doing. It's such an interesting tie-in with my own birthday that's coming up in my own life's work, and the pulse for right now, which is 34, and the 34 has a fear of ease, and the gift is strength. So the fear of ease is the lizard, the gift of inner strength is the bear, and it's this description of strength in the gift is all about effortlessness. Strength is effortlessness. Thanks to the Weasel, I've begun a year-long art project using this AI generator. I've moved from doing people's charts, from doing people's golden path to doing the pulse. So now I'm creating what I think of as oracle cards for every single pulse every 6 days as they come. And so I did a video on Gene Key 43. I've done the cards for 14. Here, let me show you real quick. I just love it. I love this 14, and it's the turtle, the badger, and I just think it's so delicious. Then I am on to 34, which is me, and I've of course done some of these cards already for my own oracle deck, but then I decided to branch out. I did a card for every single one of the lines. I did cards just for the expressions. For instance, Richard talks about Gene Key 34, and he quotes Yoda in Gene Key 34. And so I did a bear as Yoda card for myself. And what I've been doing is I've got them now in a 3-ring binder. $14, $34. I did a lot of cards for 34. So this is helping me to understand the energy of each of the pulses. It's helping me to remember the gene keys. It's helping me to remember and understand the dream arc better. And it's just a delicious creative project, and I'm wondering if this is part of what the Condor's message is, which is be true to your own nature. And my nature right now is telling me play with these, play with this project, learn through play, learn through color and shape and animal and nature, and bring those concepts from each of these gene keys and each of these dream arc animals and bring them to life in your own style. And I had a problem with AI at the beginning, but since this for me is more of a learning game and a playful game, I'm thinking of it as a game rather than a piece of artwork. Although for me it's feeding my artistic nature because I'm able to choose the colors that go with it. I'm able to choose the images that are generated. You know, I'll generate 20, 25, 30 images and pick one out of all that I think really talks to that. For instance, that Yoda. This image, yeah, it doesn't have Yoda's ears. I had other ones that had Yoda's ears, but this one is the one that is really saying there is no try. Do or do not. There is no try. And so that's the one that I chose. And I find it fascinating that this whole journey with the Scorpion first, where it was all about the body and the healing of the feelings about my body. It was really healing the beliefs I had about my body began, and now it's ending with such a body-centric gene key of 34, which is me, which is my life's work. I am that bear in all of those poses. I am that bear. Let's go through the lines that I did. I am that bear. I have, because I'm a line 6, which we'll get to in a minute, I have gone through every single one of the other lines in my lifetime up to this birthday of 68 years. I am that sculptor all by herself in the studio, creating this piece of artwork, creating these cards, creating these images, putting together these ideas and the golden path with these images. I am that creator bear. Then I'm also that dancer bear. I am that bear who just naturally is able to do things and put things together with such ease and has such passion in her life. I am that beautiful dancer bear. And then I am that traveling bear. The bear who needs to get out and get new stimulation and needs to stimulate others and to find joy and enjoyment and play within everything she does. I am that bear too. And then I am even that bear who's a 4, who listens so deeply to others and really, really understands with such a compassionate heart the needs of others and is able to really have intimate relationships because of that. So I'm that line 4 bear too. And then I'm also the line 5 bear. Look at me. Here I am on camera being a line 5 bear. I am spreading the word. I am wisdom. I am putting it out there. I am risking myself out in public. I am. And then I am that line 6. I am the line 6 who's the teacher and the visionary. And she who brings all of this together in such a unique way where I have all these visuals and I'm also being the visual. And so, yeah, this is what the Condor is asking of me, is to be my own nature, is to be everything within me that is true to myself. Yeah, so I'm finishing up here. Love this. Feel the softness of my feathers, says Condor. These feathers are the strings of your heart. The greater the challenges I set you, the softer you must become. That really feeds into that fear of ease. The more challenging those things that come my way, the more challenging the outer world is to me, with my husband healing from prostate cancer, with his son deep in alcoholism, with other things coming at me, instead of meeting them with the force of Gene Key 34's shadow, I need to meet them with ease and softness and an open heart. And feel the softness of the condor's wings. Yeah. I have perhaps another day or two of really feeling into Condor's message before I choose a new animal. or before the new animal chooses me, it's probably already lined up. Me, me, me. I want to thank you for witnessing me go through this kind of a jumble of the finishing up of this journey with Scorpion, the Weasel, and the Condor. I needed to sum it up for myself, and this is so much more engaging and interesting than writing it in my journal. This is just so much more fun. And, maybe you'll learn something from it. I am a Line 6 Bear, remember? You have a great week, and thank you again for tuning in. Bye-bye.